blocking me.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. I'm Golly Sovereign. Once again, I have Mark Araya and Sir Knight with me. And today is a special day.
Yeah.
We got some good guests with us, some members from the Jacked In podcast. Introduce yourself, fellas.
Oh, go ahead, Josh. Go ahead. I'll let you go first, man.
Ooh, you're giving me the honor. Okay.
Oh, of
What's
course.
up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm Josh Rockstark from the Jacked In podcast, and really happy to be here.
Hey, what's going on? All right, Josh. I like that. All right, no, my name is John, aka actually, I take that back. It's Metal X2, aka John, of the Jacked In podcast as well. I'm happy to be here as well. Happy as well.
Yeah, man, we're definitely happy to have you guys join us today. Looks like we got a lot of news.
Yeah.
But before we start getting into things, what have you guys been up to? We'll start with you, Sir Knight.
Yeah, I've been streaming some more. I've still been playing Sholomance Academy Hearthstone. I'm just about to, break through Legend. So I'm getting really close. I'm playing quite a lot of that. I also picked up Risk of Rain 2
Nice.
this week.
Ooh.
So I've been, that's going to be the game I play this weekend.
Okay, so you haven't played it yet.
I haven't played it yet, but I also got that Mortal Shell on my list too.
Did you buy that one too?
Ooh.
Nah, I'm gonna be getting that one though.
Okay.
At $29.99, I can't.
Yeah, it's a
I can't
good
pass
price,
that
man. It's a
up.
good
Yeah,
deal.
it's too good a deal for that
Yeah.
game. So I'm definitely getting that. That's probably gonna be a weekend warrior game too. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, man. Lots of Hearthstone. So
Nice.
I stream on Hearthstone from 4 to 6 p.m. every
For sure.
day.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
that's
I'm gonna have to
what's up,
tune
man.
in because I'm a Hearthstone buff myself. I love playing Hearthstone.
Dope,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Dope.
I
Cool.
love playing Hearthstone, so I'm gonna definitely have to look in on that.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. I'll shout all that out at the end here. But Marco Roy, what you
Nice.
been doing, man?
So I still been playing Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Because
Who is
oddly,
it?
my
Nice.
wife, the people she watches stream Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
they started streaming Fall Guys. So she started playing with me.
Oh, so
Uh,
she's playing too now?
She started playing on the PS4. I play on the PC. Hopefully they do some crossplay soon.
Okay.
Oh
but-
yeah, they need it.
Yeah,
for sure.
and bring it to the Switch. Bring it everywhere. The game's not graphically amazing, so.
Yeah.
But I've been playing that. Final Fantasy VII, the original version, came to Game Pass.
Uh-huh.
I never played that game back in the day, so I just started playing that on the Xbox.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I didn't play the original, so the graphics are a little clunky, but it's a fun game so
Yeah,
far.
they look pretty trash nowadays. But
Yeah,
maybe
especially
the remakes and stuff make it look a lot
Yeah,
better.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Compared to the remake, yeah, for sure.
What
But,
about
yeah.
you over there, John?
What have I been doing? I've been playing Hearthstone. I've been playing the
Nice.
battle royale portion of the
Okay,
of
Battlegrounds.
Hearthstone, the battlegrounds. I've been playing that more. I actually decided to put a deck together to play in ranked, so I'm playing the Libram Priest. I'm not Priest.
Paladin.
The Libram Paladin, and I actually liking the flow considering I've used to play Casino Mage, big mage, and then I've played a lot of Paladin stuff too, like Rush Pally, Murloc Pally. So I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone because it complements my job right now. I'm trying to get through Trials of Mana, but it's been on the back burner due to playing Smash with my boys in Smash Central and Pokken, but that's about it.
Nice, man.
Nice.
Libran Paladin is what I was playing quite a bit too to
It's-
rank up. It's excellent.
It's dangerous. It is. I gotta check
Yeah.
some stuff out, but you can put a lot of damage on the board really quick. Like it's crazy.
Lots of buffs. Yeah, man. It's
Mm.
fun. What's the what mana? Is that the old
Charles, man.
trials? Is that the,
Trials of Mana.
Is that
It's
the
the
old
new
secret
one.
of mana?
It is the old. It's so secret, but it's the
Okay.
complete the remake.
Cool.
This is not a remaster, but it's a full remake of the game. And I'm playing it on the Switch right now. It's actually really good. I'm enjoying it.
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
Well, I just finished Shadow of Mordor.
Okay,
And
that
that
was
game
nice.
was
That was
a
pretty
good one.
fun.
Yeah.
Aside
that
from
game.
the ending was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Just like it feels like the studio that was making it might have had like a deadline and they had to kind of rush the end. Like I hate when that happens, but other than that, the game was like phenomenal. I really wanted to get through this one so I could try Shadow of War because they put an update to change like the way the whole game works
mechanics and
because of
stuff.
like they had the microtransactions in it and they took all that stuff out. So
Hmm.
I'm kind of
Mm.
curious to see like what it's like now. So I've been like working through that.
Yeah, it's a great game. They got the dope. They got the best assassin hitman list, right? Of any assassin game ever, man. It's the
Yeah,
coolest system.
Yeah.
I just like the
Hmm.
whole way, working through like the army or whatever of the
Yeah,
horde or whatever.
all the
It's just
nemesis or whatever, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
like the
such a cool
fact that you
system.
could just like help like the pissant take out like a big guy and then,
Yeah.
have him work his way up and he's, doing some little deeds for you, setting some folks up. It was real clever how they did
Excellent.
that.
It
I
was
like that.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first like set of like Nemesis guys that you have to take out like I killed all of the war chiefs. And then
Okay.
after it's like you go into the second map and it's like you have the combat brand. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna brand all of the war chiefs and have them work for me now
Right.
instead
Yeah,
like with this one. So like it was really fun.
it is dope. It's really great. Yeah, even in a sense better than Assassin's Creed, right? Like they do
Yeah.
it even
Yeah,
better
in a
than
sense.
Assassin's Creed does it.
It definitely had a lot
Hmm.
more that was appealing to it than
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed,
definitely.
going through the ranks and stuff. But yeah, so let's start off with Call of Duty. What is it? Black Ops
Black.
Cold War.
Yep.
That was announced recently,
Finally,
Yeah.
right?
all
Hmm.
these Easter eggs they were doing, man.
Man,
Yeah.
so I'm not even gonna start. I'll just go with Mark Araya, and you can let us know what you think about it.
All right. So I'm a big Call of Duty fan. I don't get them every
Really?
year. I mean, I play them and playing them since the first one.
Okay.
The first of the four, I was diehard on the PC.
Okay.
So
Wow. Oh, you're a PC guy. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all
Sound
of
like
my
you just
games-
learned something.
Yeah. You're a master race, huh?
Nah.
No.
But going back to the Cold War, I'm not a big history buff. So when they're like, they have that little catchphrase, "History's doomed to repeat." and stuff,
right. Right.
that didn't really appeal to me. But the Black Ops name always has zombies, so they didn't say anything about
Mm.
zombies. So I'm hoping that this has a nice zombies
I'm
feature.
sure all the
They're
Black
always
Ops do,
gonna add
right?
that.
The
Yeah.
Treyarch ones do, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't imagine why they
So-
wouldn't.
So that's what I'm most hyped for. They didn't really show us gameplay, but I'm just hyped that we could potentially get some zombies.
It's one of the coolest modes
Oh, yeah.
they have on the Black Ops.
As the
series.
replayability, when you get done with multiplayer, you just want to play some zombies with some friends. It's always good for local co-op or online. So I'm pretty excited for this one. What about you, sir? Not
Yeah, this one's cool. Like I've always been the Black Ops series has always been my favorite. My favorite of the COD series.
Mhm.
I really
agree.
loved Black Ops 1 and 2. But I kind of stopped playing Call of Duty shortly after Black Ops 2. I mean, Call of Duty is definitely a try-hard game, man. People be sweating hard on that. And so basically, I kind of stopped because it was just getting too much for me. And then they introduced that skill-based matchmaking. So it's like, man, it was hard enough, and I had some noobs to shoot at. I gotta
Yeah.
play everybody, you know.
Yeah, once you get good, you can't just ransack
You
a
can't
bunch of
just
losers
ransack,
who just
so-
started.
So that was kind of like a letdown for me. But I love this new direction. I feel like it's a new direction. You know, they're kind of like going back to the roots of like storytelling. You know, they kind of got away from that. I think they even had one Call of Duty recently that didn't even have a story at all. It was like multiplayer only. I don't know which one
Yeah,
it was.
I think Black Ops 4, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Ops
Yeah, they
4.
just say it was like no story.
No
whatsoever.
story. It was
Some
just
sort of-
only multiplayer, and so like that direction I wasn't a fan of because casuals like me, want a single player mode. So basically, like I'm trying to get on that game with the single player mode, and I love history, especially U.S. history. I was a history major, and so seeing that the Cold War is really cool. That Yuri guy's a cool guy, anti big government kind of guy. So that's kind of interesting the direction they're going with that. So I'm really looking forward, and the true story aspect, where the stories we're going to be following in this game are true. That's really fascinating. So I'm actually kind of excited. This might be the first COD I buy that I've bought in quite a few years.
really.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Josh?
I think I'm right there with you, especially like that they're going with the Cold War, because like we never really saw any like huge escalations in history
Mhm.
based on the Cold War, but like the ideas that like you could do with it, like and with the history pieces is like really fascinating. And I think like Black Ops is like my favorite series too in terms of the COD games. I
Right.
played the crap out of like COD 1, Black Ops 1, and
Yeah,
Zombies
man.
mode. in
Oh
in the
yeah,
theater is just
zombies.
yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
What about you, Metal?
I'm gonna put it like this, right off rip. You know, I'm the greatest. Kind of, I'm just joking. No, I'm not
The
self-declaring
greatest.
nothing. No, I ain't even gonna come from that. No, I've been playing COD for a good minute. But just to piggyback what Makaraya was saying, I believe in from reading the rumors, the leaks, and what Activision is trying to do. I think that this Cold War may be fully single player.
Hmm.
And what I think,
Wow.
why I think that is because they've already said Warzone is not going to go anywhere. They said they
Right.
want this to be a full element of the game that's not going to move. You're going to be able to play it no matter what. And in order to keep something like that happen, you can't drop something else that's going to overrule it, or else you're going to have
Right.
so many different people playing so many different games
You
and
gotta
then not be able
split
to
your
queue up
crew up.
together, right? And that's the reason why they did the cross play, cross progression. You know, all the systems, we're all playing the same content. You don't have to pay for the content. You know, you get all the updates, so everything is free. That's just my opinion. It's kind of like yeah, it kind of thing reminds me of PSO, where the new PSO 2, where they have the new generation, where it's gonna run alongside the old PSO. That's the only way
Hmm.
I can see them getting away with that. Which they
So
announced this at the Xbox thing.
so let me ask you this, John. So do you think they're gonna have a longer campaign then? Because normally, like a COD single player campaign is like
Like
maybe
4 or 5 hours,
10 hours. Like
maybe.
at the most, you might get 8 to 10 hours. Do you think they're gonna like make this like a long 20+ hour campaign?
It's a possibility, especially
Cool.
since if they're focusing all on just the campaign, which I think, again, that's just my personal
Right.
opinion. I haven't read a rumor leak or anything like that, and of course we're gonna find some more information out
Right.
on at the
26th.
Gamescom event on the
26.
Yeah.
26th. But my whole thing is, I can't see them contradicting what they're gonna say by bringing a whole nother multiplayer mode. So if you want to play Cold War multiplayer, oh, you got to buy the game. Or if you want to play Advanced
Warzone.
Warfare,
Yeah.
their multiplayer, you got to play now. Like it's back to segregation again. You're just splitting it up, and I don't know. I can't see them doing that. So I do see them focusing more on an enriching longer single player
Dope.
game
That's
using the
exciting.
Black Ops engine.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Well, that's exciting if it's true. So I hope it's
Yeah.
right because that's the direction I would want it to go.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Right.
same.
I think he's right because Warzones is such a cash cow for them.
Oh yeah.
It is
Yeah.
more popular than the standard
No one's
multiplayer
playing
right now.
multiplayer right now. Yeah.
So why would they
Yep.
throw that away and reskin
Yep.
it in Cold War? You know,
Mhm.
so
I mean,
that's
look
a
at
great point.
GTA. Look at GTA Online, for instance.
That's
GTA
true.
Online is going to be completely separate away from GTA 5. And I
Yeah.
honestly believe whenever GTA 6 comes out,
It's not gonna
they're
even
going to
have
do it.
online.
They're going to have a separate entity where they're going to have just the online portion, and they're going to make that their forefront focus next time around. Or they could
That'd be
make like a
cool.
one player co-op kind of thing where you can have co-op,
Okay.
campaign on a GTA game, which that'd be dope in itself.
Yeah.
But they have a couple different angles they can swing on it.
Yeah. I mean, if you could definitely go into a GTA game and play like your story mode or whatever, but you're your own character and you can run across like other random people that's just playing out there, I think that
Hmm.
would be pretty fun.
Oh
That would
yeah,
that
for
would
sure.
take it to a different level.
Yeah.
It's
But
kind of like GTA Online when we were playing, having a blast with that.
yeah,
Golly,
yeah, man,
that's fun, dude.
that was
So
definitely some fun
that'd be
times.
cool if they went that direction.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of excited for this Call of Duty.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've dabbled in a Call of Duty, let alone a
Mhm.
Black Ops, because I didn't really mess with any of the other ones. Um,
Well, you missing out, man. This latest one was one of the best ones in my opinion,
I agree.
honestly. And I tested it before I bought it. Once I
mm.
tested and I said it was boots on the ground. They don't have none of those Halo. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Playing
have
Titanfall.
grapple hooks and stuff.
a traditional Call of Duty, pulling my kill streaks. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
Call of Duty is one of the best in a long time, honestly.
Yeah, it's just that I'm so trash at first-person shooters that I just be out there getting raped nonstop. So I just threw my controller at the wall, and I was like, "Nah, I'm done with multiplayer."
It's
So I just
understandable.
focus on mostly the story,
Okay.
and because like I think I bought like maybe I might have gotten Black Ops 3. I'm not sure, but I think the last Black Ops that I got, I didn't even play the story.
Mm.
I just did multiplayer, and because I was just not having fun getting smashed
Yeah.
on,
I feel you, man. I feel
you know,
you.
I just was pretty much done with the series because I feel like, you know, that's what you pick up, you know, Call of Duty for. The stories weren't really much, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So to hear that they could possibly, like, you know, just looking at this little trailer, because it wasn't much, but, you know, just looking at the trailer,
Heavy
it
story.
seems like they're trying to put
Heavy
an
story.
emphasis
Yeah,
on
heavy
the story. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so when I see that, I go, okay, so that looks
Yeah,
like
I'm the
something that
same.
I can just
Yeah.
get in and maybe, you know, do like co-op with a
Oh, that'd
friend
be
or
super
something like
dope.
that. But I can just focus strictly on the story, and that's what I buy the game for.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more of. And hopefully we can see some stuff. You know, hopefully they go into detail on the
Oh, yeah.
26th
Mhm.
because that'll definitely be, you know, something that is piquing my interest.
I'm
you know,
glad
as we're talking about.
I'm
it.
glad I let you finish your statement, Sabri, because I was just about to cut you off. He said my man was like, "Oh man, I need to stop playing this game. I'm getting smashed all the time." I was like, "Man, that's what she said." But you had a good you had a good statement going. So you know, I'm glad I interrupt you. You had a good train of thought.
Yeah, you would have got me too.
You'd have been derailed. Oh man.
But moving on though, the next thing, the next
Oh,
thing that
man.
that we got is the Mortal
Yeah.
Shell release. You know, so
Mhm.
it finally dropped. You know, 30 Bones. I think it's out on
Everything.
every system,
Everything.
right? So PS5,
Everything
Xbox,
except Switch.
PC.
Oh
yeah,
man.
but nobody cares about the
Hey,
Switch
wait,
like
wait,
that.
back that train up. You can't. I'm not going to allow you to bring me on this joint and say nobody care about the Switch. Like,
Come on, man. You know everything pointed to the Switch is just straight
see,
trash.
and there's a
man.
reason why Josh is over there quiet. He already know. He already know. He already know you gonna say that up in there. I'll be like, wait, what? No, listen, the Switch has its own glory. It don't need to be powered up to be the greatest. It could be the greatest in its own class to be able to play Trials of Mana in all its glory on the toilet, man. Don't
Ooh.
talk to me.
You know what?
Don't talk to
You know
me.
what? I give you. It has a bit of
No, don't a
greatness
bit of
with the
great.
Paper
Don't a
Mario's
bit of
water
nothing, man.
Just a bit.
system, but that
No,
was
man.
really real.
Take that shade back
But-
somewhere else, man.
All I know is that you have to play the Switch with the games that are only on the Switch.
Yeah,
If
all
it's
the first
on-
parties.
If it's anywhere
Port.
else,
Yeah.
do not play that.
Then again,
It's
I
not
still
looking
disagree
good
with
at all.
that statement. But you know, I'll let you win. You know, this is your joint. I'll let you fly with that.
All right,
But,
you might have to tweet me a couple of games that you think are up to par that were on a PS4
Yes.
or
And
an
ported
Xbox
over.
even that made
Yeah.
it to a Switch and they still look good.
Crisis.
Because when you look at other
Crisis.
worlds,
Don't
trash.
talk about Crisis. And that's new.
Crisis
That's a
is
new
good.
example. I don't even got to dig deep in the catalog. When you look at Crisis, the remaster, and it was on 360 and PS3. When you look at Crisis and how look good, I mean, I understand it's not an Xbox One or PS4 game.
Yeah, that's
but-
what you said. 360 and PS3.
I can see a
bro.
360 port, but we're talking about
They
current
shoot
gen.
the same type of graphics output.
Hey, when did
man.
360
no wonder
come
they
out again?
ported over.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
what was that,
gosh.
like 20 years ago?
Oh my gosh.
I think like 12.
Well, I'll put it like this, and then I'll let y'all take it over. But when I play a game on the Switch, I go in with a different mindset. I don't go in with the biased mindset where I'm saying, okay, you know what, I'm playing this game, I want the maximum amount of power, whatever else. I go in this game mindset knowing, okay, this game, depending on who the developer is going to do a good job of it, and it's portable. I could play it in the car. I could play
sure.
it, sitting in my living room.
We love the Switch here,
like
man.
I mentioned before.
Every
I could
one
play
of
it on
us
the
own
toilet.
one.
You know what I'm saying? So
We
it
we
is what it
we,
is.
we all own a Switch here. I know sometimes like we dog on them because like
Yeah.
their graphic capability,
Mhm.
but we love the
Mhm.
Switch, man. Every one of us here owns
Mhm.
one of those. So
All right.
I know my boy Ishmael calls me he gave me a hater, but I have a Switch. I enjoy it too, man. But hey,
All right.
the
all right,
facts are
all
the
right,
facts.
all right.
It can't push out much heat.
Yeah, I mean,
On the
Yeah, I
podcast,
enjoy the
John's
Switch
like our
too,
resident like hype man for the Switch.
he takes that title and owns it, right?
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah, I just know what I can and
Yeah.
cannot play on the Switch, and I just try to avoid the other stuff. But yeah, so Mortal Shell drops. So Margaret, what do you like? Have you looked at it? You watched some gameplay?
Yeah, so I've been watching people stream this. I played the open beta about a month ago. I haven't purchased it yet, but it is on my buy list. so far, all my impressions from beta were positive, and the launch continues. I would say the only thing I was a little disappointed in were the boss fights weren't as epic as Dark Souls. Because I
Okay.
feel like Dark Souls, the mechanics were, there's varying boss fights, whereas in Mortal Shell, they're a little more predictable. But other than that, the world is beautiful. The shell system is really awesome. It really mixes up the mechanics and combat of the game. And I think they did an amazing job making, a Souls-like game. It's probably the best Souls-like, that's not from
Mhm.
software.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, this is definitely up my alley. Mortal Shell, like I'm a huge From Software fan. Like I'm a nut for From Software. I've beaten every single game they produced. I platinumed Bloodborne. I platinumed Sekiro.
Ooh.
I platinumed Dark Souls 3. I'm just like a huge Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I'm
Uber
a
time on your
Uber,
hands.
Uber,
This man
Uber.
said platinum.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm a hype boy for From Software. But
I see you running that title.
but Mortal Shell, man, it looks like a great copy. It's the best I've ever seen. Like I haven't got my hands on it yet, but the content that I've seen looks almost identical to Dark Souls as far as the feel, the graphical fidelity, the feel of the game. I know they have a unique blocking system, the hardening. I did hear though some of the stuff I've been reading. The hardening makes it a tad easy because you can just take any hit. It don't matter
Block
what. You can take
everything.
any
Yep.
hit, even on
Even a boss.
bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you just
So
No
there's no red
repercussion.
beam attack.
yeah, there's
that,
there's no
like
red
Ghost
beam
of
attack you
Tsushima?
can't block, right? Yeah, exactly. And so like that does sound a little OP to me. Maybe that could be tweaked a bit. But just sitting there on a boss waiting for that to charge and him just come hit you and then you just get your cheap shots in, that doesn't sound fun. So I've seen it lose some marks for that, and it's only about a 12-hour game too. I'm hearing, which is shorter than what I was
Okay.
hoping. But I know some,
But
you're only
a
paying 30, so
$30
I cannot
price, so it
complain.
works.
And
Right.
they don't have a physical copy. I've been looking.
It's coming out
They
in
do.
October.
Oh, okay.
They are going to come
In
out with
October,
one.
it's
Oh,
releasing.
okay. Well, then that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to buy that and put that
That's
right
what I
next to all
want.
your
Yeah,
Dark
I want the
Souls and other From
physical
Software
copy,
collection.
man. Yeah, like I want that jazz.
Right.
So yeah, I'm pumped for this. What y'all think? What you think, John?
I love Dark Souls. I mean, I'm not no platinum level, but I have played Dark Souls. I think it was the first Dark. No, not the first Dark Souls. The second one, Dark Souls 2, because that's the one with Blight Town and everything,
Uh-huh.
right? I think
No, that's the original. That's
Oh,
one.
that's the
one.
original.
Yeah.
Okay, my
That's one.
bad.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
When I tell you I beat the first boss, not the first boss, the last boss, and I finished the game, I stood up in front of my system, I'll never forget, and I clapped in front of the TV. I clapped,
Standing
and I was
ovation,
like,
huh?
you know what? I never forget. A friend of mine was saying, he's like, John, don't get Dark Souls because you're gonna die a lot. And I'm not saying you're not good at video games, but this game is completely different. And he's like, what are you trying to say? Like, I've been playing video games since I was a kid. I can do this. He said, no, you don't understand. This is completely
your spirits,
different.
man.
This will break you completely. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna play this so-called Dark Souls game. Let me tell you, Smar and Orstein, I wanted to quit at that point, but I was like, you know what? I'm almost through it. You know, I gotta go. Man, once I finished the game, I told my boy, he said, I finished it. I'm done. I clapped. Yeah, I loved From
Yeah,
Software
man.
games. I want to pick up Mortal Shell, because I have played Bloodborne. I do like that one too. I like the whole different combat system there where you don't get to use a shield. Everything is parry and
Mhm.
dodge. So I do like that. So yeah, I do want to eventually get it. I'm just waiting for a Switch copy, and then I'll get it.
His favorite Switch guy. No little shot there. No little shot.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. All right, what about you, Josh?
I'm not like a huge like player of like Souls like games. Yeah, that's the term. Souls like, yeah. But I did love Bloodborne. That was a really good game.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty hyped
Okay.
for Demon Souls coming on the PS5.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, we are
Pretty-
stoked about that.
I'm
for
I'm
sure.
chicken shit, and I'm not gonna go for like the classic mode where every time you die and it gets harder. I'll probably just play like the low key mode. But like in terms of this game,
John over there cracking
I
up.
gotta be honest. Yeah, but like for this game, it looks great. I love the shell idea. That's
Yeah,
really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that like has like a new like dynamic to the genre. So like, I'm excited to try it.
I'm laughing because Josh makes fun of me when I play these games because I always pick the hard mode, and Tristan would be like, him and Tristan
You
would
like
be,
the struggle.
yeah, they'd be like, John, you like to make things hard for yourself, don't you? I'm like, no, I just like a challenge.
Sadist over here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, most of them I just try to play it like how
Designer,
the,
developer
the designer
intended,
gave
yeah.
it to me. Yeah, so if they have me set on medium, then I'm gonna play it on medium.
Yeah, same.
I think the only one that I might have changed to a different difficulty was something I was trying recently. I can't even remember what the damn game was. I think it was I don't know if I think I changed the difficulty on Marvel's
Oh, yeah?
Avengers. Or
You
something
pumped
like
it
that,
down?
yeah.
Pumped it
Because
up.
I think
You
the
remember?
difficulty was set
Oh,
on
okay.
easy when I went to check it. So
pumped it to
I
medium.
upped it to
Okay.
medium or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I definitely liked what I saw so far of Mortal Shell. I thought that there was some definite game mechanics that were really different from like the typical Dark Souls or whatever, working with the hardening, and then it seemed like you would harden like in the middle of an attack to increase the strength of the attack, something
Yeah.
like that, and to
Yeah.
work with like counterattacking. So I feel like that's like a cool little aspect to try to play with and get real crafty with, and I liked how I mean, when I first was watching the beta and and the other little gameplay and stuff, it looked like the bodies that you got were just temporary. Like you go until you find a better body and you hop out of that and you go to another one or whatever, or like they waste away after a while. But it looks like you actually keep
You
them
switch between
as
them.
like skins. Yeah, so you just decide like, oh, I want to go with the night look because of the stat bonuses or whatever that it gives you, and you can go with that. And then at any point in time, because you've already gained that shell, you can just switch to another shell and maneuver. And so I thought that was pretty cool. It looked kind of weird when you're fighting, and then you get hit and
Knocked
you get
out of your
the
shell?
shit's
Yeah.
knocked out of you. Yeah, you get pushed out, and then you got like run back to your shell. It's
Yeah.
almost like in World of Warcraft, when your body dies and it's out there and you gotta go find your corpse and get back to it and stuff. So, but yeah, it looks fun. It's definitely something that I'm going to get. I just don't.
Yeah,
know
you waiting for the
when.
physical or
No.
what? Yeah,
Probably
physical
physical.
copy.
Yeah, I
Isn't-
might be waiting for the physical.
Yeah.
I know that Neo 2's DLC just dropped, so I was kind of dabbling a little bit of that, getting my butt handed to me.
Oh my
I just
God.
realized
That's another
it's been-
tough one.
It's been so long since I played, man. I am so
Sovereign
is
trash at it
killing
now. I
me.
literally have to go back and relearn
This
again.
Golly Sovereign's exposing
it's-
himself, man.
I
He's such
swear
a
he
casual.
is.
I am not. I am
My
not the greatest
gosh.
gamer, man. When it comes to games like Fallout and any of those other ones, Ghost of Tsushima, I'm an advocate saver. I save and then I'll do some shit, and if I like how the outcome, then okay, I'll keep going. But if I ain't like it, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
restart it. Let's just go back
What's up,
in.
Margaret? What you saying?
Hey, let me ask you this tonight. How long on average, does it take you to platinum a Dark Souls game?
Oh man,
That's
40,
dedication,
50
man.
hours. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
about 40, 50 hours.
Okay. Because one thing I thought interesting, a lot of people on the Reddit subreddit
Mhm.
for Immortal Shell were platinum this game in a couple
Yeah.
days.
Really?
The game's already been out for a week now? And I guess people are already speedrunning it in about an hour and 20 minutes.
What?
Granted, people speedrun in Dark Souls
That's nuts.
pretty
Is that
quick too.
glitching though? Is that hour and 20 minutes or glitching, or are they be able to just blow through it?
They're
Speed-
avoiding
no,
boss
speed
fights
run.
some way.
Speedrun.
There's
like one
different
or
ways
two
that people
early
speedrun
weapons you
games,
get.
right? Like they do
Oh, yeah, of
glitches
course.
where they break through walls.
Yeah, to skip.
And then they have some ways where they actually like collect everything. Yeah.
vibe.
So there's
No, this is I know there's like a completion
Yeah.
speed run where you do 100%. This is a no percentage.
so they must be
completion.
glitching it.
Okay.
So they're
Yeah.
doing.
Maybe I don't
Yeah, they're
know,
finding
but
some way around some bosses.
Yeah, but I just
That's
thought that was
interesting to see, though.
interesting for a brand new game. People are already spamming,
short.
beating it in an hour and 20 minutes. Because I know Dark Souls 1, people do that, but that game is over what 8 years
Yeah.
old. So I
Yeah.
get that.
but
you
it's
know, the
already
repetition.
figured
I
out,
was
right?
seeing Sekiro speed runs for like
Yeah.
2 hours.
But I think that has to do with what you're saying with the hardening because it's so OP. Like In Dark Souls, your shield was only 100% block on
Mhm.
certain elements, physical. So you had to mix it up. But this is 100% block to all types, magics, attacks. That is OP to have from
Yeah,
level
you don't
one.
even
Yeah.
need to like use to like skill into it or like make a build to get your hardening better, right? To where that can handle better hits. It's just from moment one you're invincible for those moments. Yeah, it's I don't know what that. I don't know if that's to get people. I don't know if the developer's idea there was to like make it easier to introduce people to the Souls like genre to get more
Gotcha.
people into that realm. But it's definitely a little bit of a bummer as I was watching it for me. I'm still gonna enjoy it and have a good time with it, but it
Oh
was a
yeah,
little
for
bit
Of
of
sure.
a
course.
bummer that OP ability.
But
Hmm.
see that opens up to a whole nother conversation. Actually, I mean, I don't want to go too off road with it,
Mm-hmm.
but when Marco was talking about how long it took, and Sovereign was saying how long it took for people to speed run and play this game, and this is probably the problem with the gamer society right now. We're going through games too quick. And we're
Right.
forcing developers to take a part of the game and make it as DLC, so somebody can't go through the game all at one time, and
Mm-hmm.
only to kind of space it out. Because if somebody played through the whole game, the hype is going to die down for the game super quick. Versus if they spread it out and they make it where, okay, you can
There's
come
more
back
content dropping
exactly,
later
and they
this
have
year.
this
Yeah.
false pretense of saying, oh yeah, we got more content, we got more of this. But in actuality, you got a whole game. You're just trying to pace your food because you're inhaling all your food at once, and now you got a stomach ache. Versus you're spreading out, and they're making you pay for it on top of that. Like it sucks. But I'm gonna play the game myself. I hope it doesn't go through that quick for me, but we'll see what happens.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think a good example of them slow feeding you the food is Marvel's Avengers.
Oh yeah.
Like they're just it seems like maybe every other week they're gonna drop a new
Mm-hmm.
character or
Yeah, but
something like that. Cause
no, that doesn't go against it because it's free. It's different. They're not making you pay for it.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just saying because of the
Oh yeah, I
content just
got you.
slowly flowing out to
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
there
that makes
isn't
sense.
there isn't really an industry standard on how long a game should be.
True.
And the second you drop a game to the masses, people are smart, right? They figure everything out
Mm-hmm.
so fast,
Yep.
and they see all the
They try to
flaws,
break it.
and they see all the mistakes, and so yeah, when you portion it out like that, it helps you keep that hype, train
Yeah.
going a little bit longer. I know the Souls games they usually give you a ton of content right from the start, but this
True.
one definitely seemed light. I think my explanation for that is just because it's an indie developer. This isn't,
Indie.
a AAA studio with,
Yeah.
a 100-man crew.
I wonder how many people are
Yeah, I
actually
don't know
working
the
on it.
number of people
Hmm.
working on this, but it's impressive, for an indie studio title. They did a really great job. Like to me, this is like their love letter to From Software. Like it's just like their little baby that they created in hopes of trying to duplicate what From Software does. So I give them a lot of credit for that. I actually want to buy the game just to support them in a sense because of the work they did on this game. But
So who played it? Who played Mortal Shell actually?
Mark Araya.
So
Yeah, so I played the open beta.
So would you compare the open beta to, well, it's kind of hard to compare open beta to a full day game, but how would you compare at least the
Right.
open beta of that to Lords of the Fallen, which is kind of sort of like another,
Yeah.
Souls-esque kind of
So
game?
I haven't played that Souls like game. I played the only other Souls like that I played was
Yeah,
the Surge.
the Surge 2 or 1? 2? 2? Okay.
2. It's
Hmm.
on Game Pass. So it is a million times better than the Surge 2. The Surge 2, the game just is not fun. It gets better when you get
Mhm.
more equipment and abilities, but this game starts epic. The opening scene,
Yeah.
you guys seen the trailer?
Yeah.
The opening scene, it's hyped. So I would say this game, it starts off on a high note and it makes you want to buy it. That's my impression from the beta.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen, it looks as close to a Dark Souls that I've ever seen. Like I've played the Surge
The
too, and that was
sounds,
junk
the
compared to
loading
Dark Souls.
screens.
So yeah, this is pretty great. So yeah, this is a. I mean, if you like Souls at all, this is a must buy. I think.
Yeah, and even if you want to dabble in it, I feel like this is, a
Mhm.
decent introduction to the Souls like,
Yeah, this is a
world,
great introduction,
Mhm.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
because it's a little
Mhm.
bit easier
More
to play and
accessible,
deal
for
with,
sure.
Yeah. I know most people that I've asked about hey, have you played Dark Souls or any of those? They're mostly like, nah, like, I might have tried like a couple hours, but I just got beat on too much,
Yeah.
and they
Hey,
just
cause
get
Josh,
defeated.
you said your first Souls game was Bloodborne,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that was
Hmm.
mine also.
Hmm.
And I was told, hey, this one doesn't have blocking pairing. So, do you guys feel like that made it a little harder?
Yeah, definitely. Like
A
Okay.
little bit, yeah. I think so. Like as opposed to having like a shield, like just to like take a hit and like
Hmm.
re-strategize. Like I definitely had to be a little more crafty when it came to like the bigger enemies.
Well, I don't want to say it's
Hmm.
harder because I mean, at the end of the day, I played Dark Souls 1 and I didn't even play a shield class. I played a pyromancer, right? So I actually
Ooh.
played Dark Souls 1 the same way I played Bloodborne, right? Everything was dodge,
Ah.
everything was like I didn't even pick a shield. So I don't want to say it's
Mm,
harder because you didn't have it. It's just a different way of playing.
I think it's a
gotcha.
little more unforgiving. I guess might be like the better word. Like you can get
That
caught off.
might be,
You can,
might be
yeah, you can get caught off guard. In Bloodborne, where in Dark
true.
Souls you can just hide behind that shield and you feel safe all the
Yeah,
time.
That's
okay,
what I
It's
do.
not as
okay.
safe.
Hmm.
I know, like, cause I platinum Bloodborne, but I haven't played that game in a long time, and I beat Sekiro, and then I went and played Dark Souls 3 again to play all that DLC that came out. And then I was like,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna go back and play the Bloodborne DLC because I had the Bloodborne DLC, but I hadn't played it yet. And I was getting my rear ended handed to me, like it was hard. I was like, man, this game felt
I
in a sense like like how Josh or how John was saying, like a little in a sense, not necessarily harder, kind of easier in some ways. But I don't know why it was like the feel of Bloodborne. I just lost it. I had completely lost my ability to play that game, and without the shield, I was feeling like helpless.
To be fair,
Yeah, I
the
don't know. I'm
old
kind of with.
hunters like bosses are pretty tough. Like
Okay.
they're
Yeah, I got
they're like
wrecked.
a step
Yeah,
up.
they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Josh with Bloodborne because I was able to get through the game and it was tough, but I enjoyed it and everything. But when I got to the final boss, I just couldn't pass the final boss.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it was no
the
matter what
hunter
I was
dream,
doing,
the
I was
hunter's
just
dream,
getting yeah,
the
I was
first
just getting
hunter.
smashed
Yeah.
on. Yeah, and it was really difficult, but I was able to complete Dark Souls and whatnot. So I think it's just like because Bloodborne aggression is your friend,
Yeah.
right?
True.
You have to go in and you have to
Hmm.
keep attacking. If you get hit, keep attacking because you're going to be able to get some of that back.
Yeah,
But with Dark Souls, it's like slow and steady wins the
true.
race.
I get you that. I get
Hmm.
Sometimes.
you that.
So I was able to excel a lot more in Dark Souls because
It's more
you could kind of like
systematic, more yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Yes, strategize your picking one guy off at a time. More strategic for sure. Where Bloodborne, yeah, you're just going
Right.
at it.
You have to go at it, yeah, man. You stand back too long, you're gonna lose all that health for nothing. It's like, but yeah. So
kind
the
of
another
this
thing,
next one we're talking about is kind of along those lines too, right?
Hmm.
yeah, in a
Possibly.
sense, I feel like this is definitely gonna be on the epic meter. Like I feel like I'm getting like
Yeah.
epic vibes from this thing. Like yeah, just glancing at it, and what we're gonna talk is Wukong. You know what I mean? That
So
was
what's the full
just
title?
announced.
It's called
Black Myth.
Black Myth.
Black Myth.
Black
Yeah.
Black
Myth
Myth
Yeah.
Wukong.
Wukong. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a story of it's not is it considered a
Yeah, this is the golden
mythological?
monkey, right?
Yeah.
The Monkey
Yeah.
Journey
King
to the
from
Sun
West, I
Chinese
Wukong.
think.
mythology. Let's toss it
Yeah.
over to Josh. I know Josh had a lot. I was pretty excited about this one. What do you got to say about this one, Josh?
Yeah, like in terms of like Souls-like games, this is gonna be one that I'm like pretty
Hmm.
interested in because it's got the Souls-like part of it, but it's also got like some other influences from some other games, like especially when it comes to like the transformations that are
Oh
in
yeah,
it, and like
yeah,
Yeah.
apparently they said there's gonna be 72 different transformations. I don't know if like
Holy
Whoa.
crap!
yeah,
well,
because like
because that's the mythology of the Monkey King. He can
Yeah.
transform into 72 different things. They're actually going to do that, though, huh?
Dude,
yeah, I think like maybe there's not gonna be like huge variations of like each other. Like I can imagine they'll be
That's
there
dope,
forever,
though.
like that developing
yeah.
that.
I mean, what I saw was dope, but
Hmm.
Learn something new every
yeah,
day.
Yeah, and it's
yeah. I definitely didn't know about the 72
yeah,
transformations.
like they're I guess they're gonna try to like make like the best ones of it, and like maybe the others
Mm.
will be like variations, like slightly kind of thing. But the cool thing is
Right.
that it's like a Chinese studio of ex-Tencent employees that are making
Oh,
like a
okay. So
AAA
they
game
give
as
it some
opposed to
good
like,
myth adjustments.
Wow.
like the traditional mobile effort
MOBA or something.
and stuff.
Hmm. Nice. What are you thinking, John?
Well, I mean, I would have to see a little bit more of it. I mean, I like I was mentioning to you guys earlier, what the way these games are, you have you have a large selection of so many games you want to play, but then you got to say, okay, is this game worth the purchase? Now, gladly, when the PS5 drops, there are going to be a lot of games I'm going to pick up because they're going to be feeding out at a slower rate. So when you play it,
Right.
you'll be able to get it, and it's probably going to have a high resale rate. Flipping it back on
Yeah,
our
for
reselling
sure.
platform up here, we call it Kijiji. So I'll definitely be able to play it and buy it be a one player game, flip it back, and hopefully they don't pull a move like Sucker Punch did with Ghost of Tsushima and brought the multiplayer, which we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
But because that's the reason why you buy a game and keep it is for the multiplayer. But if I'm buying a game, full price game for something I'm going to follow the way through, then I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it definitely looks good though. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I want to give a shout out to the company making this game. They came out of nowhere, giving you a 13 minutes of
Mhm.
gameplay.
Right.
Other companies, they're giving you a trailer of BS.
True.
Like, do we actually see gameplay? But this game came
Nowhere.
from
Yeah.
nowhere
Yep.
with 13 minutes of gameplay. Granted, there was some laggy spots. Like you noticed in the trailer when they were fighting a bunch of enemies, I did see like FPS
Yeah.
drops and it got laggy. But other than that, it was like buttery smooth.
What was what was the engine?
Gameplay.
This is Unreal 6 that they were using. Do you know the engine, Mark?
They were using
The Unreal
the new
6,
one,
I think,
the
right?
Yeah,
Unreal
I believe
Engine
so. Yeah,
5
the
or
latest
something
Unreal.
like
Man,
Yeah.
it
So
looked
wait,
good.
was that on PS5 dev hardware? Or is that on the PC?
I think that was PC hardware. I mean, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I
for
think it was
certain, but I'd
PC.
Yeah,
assume
but I
PC
believe it
hardware.
was probably on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah, it's my understanding this is coming
Yeah.
to all next gen consoles. It's a 2021 release, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Wow.
this
Okay, I
game
was gonna
Nice.
say.
looked gorgeous. Like I
Yeah.
like there was a couple instances where I was just kind of stopping and looking at the brush and the shrubbery,
Oh yeah.
you know, and the ground and the lighting. I was just really blown away. That Unreal Engine 6 is absolutely jaw dropping. Super dope. Like this game is so hyped for me. Like right now, like I'm on like a Chinese cultivation novel kick. I don't know if y'all heard of those, but you know, they're really popular in China. It's just kung fu and you know cultivating or collecting chi and then progressing, powering up, getting higher levels of power levels.
Ooh.
And this game just looked like that kind of novel, like even similar to the one like I'm reading right now. You know, like because the
Really?
main character, the one I'm reading right now, he has a staff, and the staff can extend, elongate, change weight, change size. And he's you know it's a Chinese cultivation novel, and this is like nailed it. And then when I started looking into it more, I was like, oh, this is based off their Chinese Monkey King mythology, which is like, I guess supposedly in China, this is like the greatest the greatest like superhero type character they have in their culture is this Monkey King. I guess supposedly even Goku from Dragon Ball Z is based
yeah,
off
that's
the
what I'm saying.
off the Monkey King, and yeah, he has his
Has
the
the tail.
tail. He has his cloud he flies on, his Nimbus cloud. The
That
Monkey
was
King has
cool.
that,
Yeah.
you know, and then you have the 72 forms. And it looked to me like the way this game was going to work was when you come across like a mini boss and you defeat him, you collect his form. And like you slowly collect
Mhm.
forms over time because then yeah, 72
bosses is kind
bosses.
of wicked.
Well,
though.
that first boss you come across in the trailer was kind of like a mini boss. He did, yeah, he
he
had
got
a
the
staff.
staff.
He didn't have like a dedicated health bar. And then that wolf creature he fought at the end of the trailer was like a
Right.
legitimate health bar, you know. And it was dope when he did his little jutsu, where I mean, like the multiplication jutsu, like Naruto did.
Yeah,
He
dude.
multiplied
Yeah.
himself. That was sick, man.
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed this trailer. You know, it definitely came out of nowhere. I was just like, surfing through YouTube, and then I saw this thing on there, and I was like, "What the hell's that?" So I clicked on it, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?"
Mhm.
But just watching like it's funny because you just see the little beetle flying, and you're just like,
Yep.
"What is this? This is like a bee simulator or something?" And then. Then it goes to an area and then he transforms and then starts doing stuff. So I thought it was awesome. I thought the trailer was really just trying to show off. Like it just looked like, oh, I got a badass character, so I'm just gonna show you just some of the stuff I can do. So we're gonna do multiply
Yeah,
jutsu,
Shadow Clone.
like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a couple of like upgrades or whatever, where it looked like it kind of showed his like god tier
Yeah.
climbing
Yeah,
or
like
whatever,
progression.
like
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
have that
yeah,
progression.
like he
yeah.
he looks totally different than when he originally started. And he's got his light up staff, his staff that's on fire. He's using it against the boss, so it looks like there could be some interesting game mechanics. Different ways to fight your opponents. And then looking at that, what's the one game where you just fight like hordes and hordes of enemies?
Oh, like Dynasty
It's
Warrior.
like another.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you go, Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, that little scene towards the end where
definitely.
he was just like fighting and his staff was growing bigger and bigger
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
and bigger as he was just slaughtering like
Uh-huh.
the masses that was in front of him. That looked like that would be like a fun like time killer. You know what I mean? Just like if that was like on a load screen or something, you just smash
Totally.
and stuff. But
Mhm.
but yeah, it just looked like there's a lot that the game could possibly have that would make it really entertaining and fun to play. I am, however, gonna wait until we can see some more information
Mhm.
about the game, because I'd hate to get hyped for it and be slightly disappointed
Mhm.
on like some Ghost of Tsushima. But um, it's definitely, it looks good. It looks interesting.
Yeah, this got that Souls-like feel, like the boss fight with the health bar, at the bottom. It seemed
Yeah.
tough, kind of hard, He wasn't really able to get a handle on that wolf until he transformed, because his health was. They didn't really show him change health. I like how there's a little bit more like a magic system in this, versus like some other Souls-like games that don't have that. So yeah, like this one, and it's like taking the world over by storm, right? Like everyone's like blown away by this.
Talking
Mhm.
It got
about
like
yeah.
10 million views in the first couple
Jeez,
days.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's really taking the world
Yeah.
over.
Those shocks drops, man, they do numbers sometimes.
Yeah, I think like the confidence of the studio to be able to show like 13 minutes of this game, like just like a slice that like Mark Mariah said has like a couple of frame drops in it and some stuff, but like it's an honest like showing of it. And a
Yeah,
lot of
the fact that they were
companies
even
won't
willing
go
to
this
show that.
length to
Yeah,
do it.
like Mark Araya was saying, makes so he's so right. Like we just got done watching that Xbox showcase, and then the main thing we kept saying over and over and over again is, I wish they would have shown us gameplay. Like they did it right. Keep a game behind closed doors so we don't even know it exists until you're ready to show it. Like you're not disappointing us when we didn't know it wasn't when we didn't know it existed in the first place, right? And then
Mhm.
once it's ready,
Yeah.
give us the gameplay and then get us hype about it. They did it. They just did it perfectly. Like that's such a great point.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I know that most people have always been like excited for is like, yeah, give me the little introductory opening and talk about the game and stuff like that. But when you actually show me gameplay and I've never seen anything on it before, it just makes me like even more interested. You know what I mean? And it kind of shows that it's a lot closer to being
There was
done than just
and there was
throwing
no
out a title.
subtitles, right? Like it was just. And I wish they would have
No,
shown
yeah.
us.
Well, there
It
was
was all
there was small
Chinese.
portions
Yeah, it
of
was all
subtitles.
Yeah,
Chinese. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. That was a little bit of a bummer. I wanted to hear what they were kind of saying to each other, but damn, this game looks sick. So
Right.
sick, man. Hype fest.
Yeah, it looks good. I've actually while you guys were talking, because did they show this during the state of play? Is that when they showed
Nah,
it,
they
or
just
it was
No,
just
they
a
just
random?
dropped
No,
it.
it
This
just
was
came
just
out
out of
of
nowhere,
nowhere.
dude.
man.
Out of nowhere.
So I actually got a chance to finish watching it,
Nice.
and it looks clean. It looks clean. It would be nice if you get to see, like I said, I just like Sovereign said, I'm kind of hyped for it. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy this game, just
Right.
because of the
Right.
the video. But this reminds me of something like Tokuden, on the Vita / the PS4, where they had a game with something like this, except it was multiplayer. You can go through, you had your skill sets, you had your different things, and it was like it's kind of like a semi-open world thing, but you could group up with 3 other people on a co-op. So it kind of reminds me of this, but it looks good though. I'll be watching this. This looks like PS5 kind of Series X kind of look here.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
lot of people were kind of saying, once the hype got so high for this, they were thinking the studio, wait a minute, maybe we should wait till next gen to release this. Because if you watch that trailer, it looks pretty like complete.
It looked like it
'Cause,
was like
yeah,
they
like
had a
the-
lot done. The show
Yeah,
was
like the
13
last
minutes.
couple minutes was I'm showing other aspects of the game, right? When he was like extending
Yeah.
his, his staff, and I was like, wow, this game looks pretty far into development, like it's almost ready. But
Mhm.
after the hype, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you can become, a victim of your own success, and like there's that risk where, oh great,
Be No Man's
No Man's
Sky.
Sky, you become a victim of your own hype, and now you're a victim of it. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the We Love Gaming podcast, episode 13. This is a very special podcast episode where we collabed with the Jack Den podcast. So if you want to see more, go to the Jack Den podcast. They'll be dropping their episode on the 28th, which is this Friday. Today is the 24th, so go check it out. Go check it out. Before they drop all of their stuff, just go over there. Just take a look at their podcast. They got a whole bunch of stuff. They got crazy guests. They got streamers. They got people who do voiceovers. They got a lot of things going on in their podcast. So go check them out. You heard it from me, Godly Sovereign. Go do it. The 28th. Set it on your calendar. Make sure you got it marked down so it gives you a big old notification with blinking lights and everything.
I love you, me.